inspired story of a woman at the age of 42 named Farzana Shakeel. Farzana Shakeel is one of the many vaccinators in Pakistan who have dedicated their lives to saving younger lives. Despite the challenges, she has done many tasks, including vaccinating children living on the many islands scattered around the port city of Karachi. That is not an easy job. A mother of three, Farzana has become an experienced vaccinator, but her journey was eventful. She tells stories of being shouted at and pelted with stones in communities where people were unwilling to let her immunize their children. Some families would slam their doors in her face. Some women would hurl abuses, and some men and even children would threaten her. She has her words that there are many own people, so this kind of experience only made me stronger. She says with a vibrant laugh, unseen but heard through her face veil. Farzana, an experienced vaccinator, has been shouted and pelted with stones in communities where people were unwilling to let her immunize their children. One third of the children, as we know, around 12 to 23 months miss out on basic vaccines. In Pakistan, nearly one third of children aged 12 to 23 months miss out on the basic vaccines they need to stay alive and healthy. In the province of Sindh, where Karachi is located, the situation is worse. More than half of the children in this age group are not fully immunized. At the basic health unit in Yunusabad, a neighborhood of coastal Kmari town in Karachi, Farzana and her colleague Arshad 45 are the only vaccinators. Yeah, Farzana and her colleague Arshad 45 his age, and these two are the only vaccinators there. Farzana, who previously worked as a polio vaccinator, has been working on routine immunization for almost 4 years now and says she has seen progress. Her words, parents become less aggressive once I have interacted with them for several months. But there are always two parents who are unwelcoming, reminding me of how I used to struggle when I first started. I have been working in the area for 10 years, but I am still an outsider here. Her colleague Arshad says, happily Farzana is always a new steps ahead. She knows how to change the mind of families who don't want their children to be vaccinated at first. She is a source. Farzana has talent and also a secret weapon. She belongs to the indigenous fisher folk community living in Kmari town, which makes it easier for her to interact with the population. A conservative cultural group, the fisher folk speak their own dialect of the province Sindhi language, and have their own lifestyle and culture. Farzana explains, to this day, many people in my community think that vaccines are a conspiracy to prevent them from having more children or to harm them in some way. Every day, Farzana and Arshad head out on a boat to places like Shamspir, a tiny island off the coast of Karachi, which is home to over 5,000 residents, including Farzana's in-laws. The boat, a public skiff, usually too overloaded for its size, precariously leaning as it yaws, carries people from a jetty to the various islands without much safety. This is the way everyone commutes around. Farzana explains that she steps onto the boat to join the women on one side, as they are expected to sit separately from the men. Every week, we vaccinate 7 to 8 children on this island alone, but there are still around 30% children in need of vaccination. Farzana explains that nearly all of the island's children received their first and last vaccine from Farzana or Arshad. But many parents only have their baby receive the first vaccination when it is born, and then ignore follow-up visits to complete the vaccination course. There is no single front. Farzana explains that she prepares a shot of a pentavalent vaccine. I started this job to support my family, but both my parents and in-laws warned me that they would not support me if the community stood against me. We must convince these parents how important it is to compare the vaccination schedule. Dad is explaining Arshad as he enters a newly vaccinated child's name in his register. Changing attitudes. For the two vaccinators, the job neither begins nor ends with a vial of the life-saving medicine. They also need to change attitude in the communities before they can use another. For instance, to overcome people's reluctance to have their children vaccinated. Farzana and Arshad involved village elders, religious leaders and community influencers, while mobilizing mothers and other women. It turned out to be a huge success. Over a year ago, there were 180 to 200 children in Shamspi who had not received any vaccine after possibly receiving the first two shots right after birth, says Arshad. We worked very hard. Within 10 months, each of these children had received all the immunization shots they needed against preventable disease. The immunization coverage rate for the village now stands at more than 90%. For us, every week is immunization week. Farzana quips as she and Arshad hop on the boat back to the city. On some days, they have less energy and courage to complete their work. Arshad tells on the ride back. When they remind themselves of all the lives they are saving, and the energy comes back. Farzana and Arshad are two of the many vaccinators helping Pakistan's expanded program on immunization reach every child in a country. UNICEF and other partners support the government of Pakistan. Pakistan's work to save children from vaccine preventable disease, especially in the most marginalized communities. She also covered herself in the record of UNICEF. UNICEF gave coverage to her, and this is why I got to know about her, Farzana Shakeel. But many of the Pakistanis don't know her because she didn't receive any fame. She is a hero, in my view, in UNICEF view. So we should all respect young women.